What keeps us restless? There's comfort in our lives, water in the taps, food in the fridge, Netflix on the TV, and yet some of us choose to travel and leave all of that behind. What is it we seek? What is it we find? Places like these. Welcome to Padum. Join me on a ride to the edge of discovery, where we go to places that few have heard about and even fewer have seen with their own eyes. Welcome to Uncharted. And for this extremely special journey, I have an ally. A machine that can go off the map and bring me back. A machine that can take on this terrain and not complain. The Yezdi Adventure. A quick check and a bit of prep and we should be good to go. Aside from topping up all the other fluids, we've changed the oil to a new fully synthetic motor oil recommended by and for Java Yezdi motorcycles. Here's the thing, we need to get to Leh in 24 hours for a journey that usually takes 2 days. There's a shortcut that will get me there well before time, but the locals, they say it's not for the faint of heart. Guess what? The Yezdi's first challenge is already here. The sand is super fine on these slopes, so the tires will have a hard time finding grip. This is already an adventure. I'm addicted to the dark. I'm a sucker for the other side. I need you, I feel you, I love you, I hate you. I'm addicted to the darkest side of you. On these sandy slopes, the Adventure's off-road ABS gives me full control, allowing me to modulate the speed perfectly. There, that's Singela, or at least a part of Singela. Honestly, it was one of the toughest climbs I've ever done in my life. Fast winds, tight hairpins, lots of mud and sand all over the place, and very fast altitude climbing all throughout. But I think it was made even tougher with a landslide that's happened just recently with big fat rocks in the middle of the road. For the Yezdi and I, we made it through just fine. Onwards now to our next destination. Yeah, I'm in my fast lane. My first money is my last name. The fast lane, yeah, I'm in my fast lane. Ask me what changed, not a thing. Aside from the risky climb, I was also short of breath for lack of oxygen. But only one of us was struggling. The Yezdi Adventure has enough performance to adjust for power loss at high altitudes. In conditions like these, you don't see any tourists, only travelers. But even I was scarcely prepared for what I was about to see. Leh can wait. Ahead of me was an oasis, a mystery land in the middle of nowhere, the village of Linkshade, and I must find out more. Why does this exist here, of all places? The story goes that 2 hunters came into this valley chasing a herd of deer and spilled some seeds at this very place. The next season when they returned, plants had grown where the seeds were scattered. The promise of fertile land in a harsh desert. It's 7 a.m.
It's still really cold because Linkshade sits in a bit of a hole around the mountain, so the sun takes its own sweet time to shine its light and, more importantly, its heat on the village. The accommodation is basic and fairly limited. So aside from some of the stuff that Bear Grylls does, this really is truly Uncharted. But now I think it's time to gear up and explore the village of Linkshade. Yes, it is an oasis, but not because of the river. The water from glaciers melts from the mountains above and flows down into this valley, which is why the farmers here have created steps to capture that water. They can't really use the water from the stream below, and the reason for that lies in the name of this valley, Zangskar. Zangs meaning copper and Kar meaning white, the land of white copper. And yet, there is a calm acceptance among Linkshade's natives. They live with a resilience that matches the stoic nature of their beautiful yet unforgiving home. But I still need to get to Leh. Time is running out, so the Yezdi and I, we power through the mighty Sirsirla that lies ahead. What a climb! We made it to the top of Sirsirla and I think it's just starting to snow a little bit. It's been an incredible climb. We're at just over 16,000 feet, which is the highest point of our journey. It's really cold here, so I'm gonna get back on the bike, start going downhill.
I walk into the room and cut the lights on. I brought the band with me, there's a fight song. You better tighten up, baby, like a python. I came up too rough, tougher than the nylon.
The oil that we added earlier must be working well, considering that the clutch feel hasn't even faded, even though we are on the last leg. Lamayuru is where we come back on the map. A small town, but even here I get a newfound appreciation for hot water, Wi-Fi and food. The ride from Linkshade was challenging to say the least. Rock, mud, really soft sand, freezing cold temperatures and a landslide to top it all off, but we made it through and we've landed here in Lamayuru's fairly epic moonland, the end point of our journey. And what a journey it's been.
I came into the world like a stunt man. I've been in the corner talking to the cut man. Shining like a light, I think I got a suntan.
And I think at the end of a long, hard journey like this, you're compelled to look back at the machine that was with you. I honestly believe if a motorcycle does what it says on the label, then it's a good one. This one, it's called the Yezdi Adventure. And what an epic adventure we've had.
I can see the future, I still love the kids. I've been connecting all the dots, trying to be the bridge.
And now, it's time I pushed hard to Leh to catch a flight where my next Uncharted adventure awaits. Rajasthan.
We were first place. We don't want the praise, nah, we were first place. We don't want the praise, nah, we were first place.